Welcome back to a new YouTube video. In this video I'm gonna show you how I prepare for a race at altitude. I'm gonna do Tour of Qinghai Lake in China, and I'm now in the preparation for that race. It's a rainy day here in Bergen, and on the menu today I have 3 hours with 3 times 30 minutes in the morning, and then I have a toxico session in the afternoon in the altitude tent. I'm now done with 3 times 30 minutes with some variations, and I have one more. It's quite warm here, but it's very easy to do it on the turbo. It's just to set the power on the turbo, and then you can just pedal and you don't have to think. Three times 20, done. Even though it's raining outside, it's still quite warm inside this small storage slash training room. So you can see it's 20 degrees, and I'm now 38.8 in core temperature. During the last 30 minutes I did 3 times 10 inside the 30 minutes, where I did 2 minutes 300, 2 minutes 320, 2 minutes 340, 2 minutes 360, and then 2 minutes 380. So I did that 3 times. Yeah, very good session, especially for China, because in China there is a lot of very long climbs. They're not super steep, but they're very long, so that's the reason why I did this kind of interval session today. While they are in the oven, I can show you a little bit of my setup, because right now I have a big altitude tent in the living room. So usually we have like a dinner table here and then a couch, but now I had to move the couch. So a little bit of the couch is here, and then the dinner table is there. And then the rest of the couch is inside here. And the reason why I have a big altitude tent here is because I will have to do some training at altitude inside there later today, and I haven't done it before, so it will be really interesting. And as you maybe can see, this one is not connected. It's a tube here going inside there, and you can maybe hear some noise. And that's because I'm very lucky at the moment, because I was able to borrow one extra altitude generator from Odd Christian Eiking. So you can see here. He also got the box altitude, but he got the F20, which is a little bit stronger and more efficient. So this one is now connected to my tent. And then I'm having this one connected to my bedroom in the night. So I can show you. That's upstairs, because here I have built my own altitude bedroom, you can say. It's basically just a bedroom, and I have covered the last wall with just some plastic to seal it. It looks very homemade at the moment, but it works. So inside here we have the other altitude generator going into this room. So for the last 10 days I have been sleeping in this altitude bedroom, and I started sleeping at 2000, and now I'm at 3000, and I think I will sleep at 3000 until I go to China in 2 weeks. And from now on I'm also gonna start to do some sessions inside the tent. The race I'm doing in China is an 8 days long stage race. I did it in 2023 together with Coop. All the stages are around 2,500 up to 4,000 meters above sea level, so that's the reason why it's super important to try to acclimatize as good as possible before you're going there. The best thing would definitely be to go to real altitude, maybe go to China 3 weeks before a race to acclimatize, but it's not possible at the moment, and it's also quite nice to have a period at home. Lunch and recovery time. We have some bread with meat and cucumber, and some with jam and Norwegian brown cheese. And we also have some yogurt with some fruits. And I can already feel that it's a little bit more heavy to breathe. So we can check how many meters we're at now. 2,939 meters. Also during the night, I'm using this little device. It's measuring the oxygen saturation. Right now I'm having 95 in saturation and 69 in heart rate. Enough rest. Now it's time to make this room into a training room. And now we got a training room at altitude. And I think it's gonna be quite humid inside here when I'm riding, so I covered the couch with some plastic. And you can already see that I'm sweating a little bit, so I think it's not gonna be very comfortable riding inside here. I'm gonna start at 170 watts and then we'll see. 7 minutes into the ride, I'm at 200 watts, 140 in heart rate now. We are at 2,700. 45 minutes and I'm doing 140 watts. 160 almost in heart rate, 38.5 in core, and we are at 3,364 meters. I don't think you saw that, but yeah, for sure this is a heat session also. But I hope I will gain a lot from doing it, because as you maybe have seen, it takes some time to organize and fix all these things when you have to train in a small tent on the roller. But not too bad. The heart rate is high, but the feeling is not too bad. It's the last day in the cycle, and today on the plan I have 6 hours with some LT1 and some steady riding. I'm doing LT1 in the climbs and steady on the flats. I'm riding with the 2 other guys. They have now started the climb, this last climb of the day. As you can see, the weather is not the best. It's Norwegian summer, but yeah, it is what it is. Done with effort. I have now 184 Ks, 5 hours and 20 minutes with 291 in average power. Quite hard session. I've been going steady the whole day, with also a bit harder in the climbs. I have now around 50 Ks left, so it's going to be a long session. And yeah, it's the last training of this cycle. It's a rest day tomorrow, and I usually do it like this. When I'm having a harder training period, then I'm ending the training block with a quite hard day to deplete myself a little bit, so I can really recover and gain something from a training like this. So this is something I'm only doing in harder training periods, when it's when I have some time before my next race, because the recovery time from a session like this is quite long. So I'm really looking forward to a rest day tomorrow. GG. It's now 6 days until I go to China, and on the plan today I have some intervals inside there at 3,000 meters above sea level, and I also have an easy spin outside. Norwegian weather, it's rain and 12 degrees. I'm today gonna have my third session inside the altitude tent. It maybe seems like a lot of preparation for only one race, but there's also another reason behind it. I'm gonna end up sleeping a bit more than 3 weeks in the altitude tent. I'm gonna get 2 weeks of real altitude in China, which means that I will get 5 weeks with altitude, but we also want to use this period to get in good shape and get a good foundation before the last half of the season. For the first time, I'm gonna have some efforts inside the tent. Until now, I have only been doing easy riding. One of the biggest challenges with doing effort inside here is that it's getting very, very hot. Yesterday I did 50 minutes easy spin, and in the end I had 39.1 in core. So it's a proper heat session. So today I'm having 2 fans in the room trying to cool myself down a little bit. And the efforts I'm gonna have today is 2 times 5 minutes steady, and then 2 times 5 minutes with 40-20s. 15 minutes warm up, 195 in average, and now 2 times 5 minutes steady based on feeling. Let's go. That was hard. First one, 3:35 in average. That was a very tough session. The power just decreased a lot during the efforts. As you can see, I had 38.8 in core. It's 28.6 degrees in the room. And I did the last few efforts at 3,489 meters above sea level. And it's very strange to do efforts at that high altitude, at altitude in general, because it's just so heavy in the chest to breathe. It's crazy. I did, for the last 5 minutes of 40-20s, I averaged 295. Oh, and it was so hard. But hopefully these kind of sessions will help me get prepared for racing at altitude. I will do a little bit of cool down, and then I think I can also end this video now. So I hope this was an interesting one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. GG.